All right, let's get this show on the road.
Can't wait to get on the road again. I totes didn't test my mic either. Hope it's just fine.
Shoot, I didn't tweet mine either. Hang on. But you know what? These dumb bonus episodes that we do every 10 weeks on accident have been cursed.
Why?
Like every time we do one, they're always plagued by like either your mic didn't work or my mic didn't work or something crazy else happened. And it's just like, ugh. So hopefully this time we get it right.
I bet we will.
Hey everybody, welcome to Afterthoughts. This is a podcast where we usually rewatch a movie, we compare our first and second impressions, and discuss a related topic. But this week, you have joined us for a very special bonus episode, our summer movie halftime show. We're going to talk about some movies that we've seen and some movies that are left that we want to see. And that's that. My name is Joshua Kazemi, and I'm here with my co-host, Coleman Taylor.
That's me.
That's you. So you don't have a plot summary to do this week. We're just going to start talking.
Yeah. No summaries this week.
Do you feel like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders?
Yeah, such a heavy burden lifted. No, I kind of like doing the plot summaries, you know?
I do not. I mean, I haven't. I never have. But I would not like to do that. That doesn't sound fun to me.
I have not, but...
I would not want to.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. It feels like I would feel so much pressure to encapsulate it well and to do the movie justice.
Oh, well, I don't feel that pressure because I don't know if you've listened to my plot summaries or not, but I don't feel like they're all encompassing or anything.
Well, thanks for doing them.
Hey, no problem.
Okay, so let's start off with a bit of news. How about that? We don't do news on the podcast very much.
Yeah, let's do some news.
That's a fun thing about the bonus episodes. We can do some news. All right. So this is good because it sort of bridges the gap between bonus episode 3 and 4. The live action adaptation of Aladdin has been cast, or the 3 leads have been cast.
Oh, yeah? Who are they?
So the only one I think we can talk about for real is Will Smith. He has been cast as the genie.
Yes.
Because the other two are actors that I don't know of. I'm not familiar with them, but they look great. We'll see how that goes. You can Google that later if you want. They look like they're fine actors, so we'll see how that goes. But Will Smith as the genie, I feel like we can get into. Because we did a little bit last time, but now it's official.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. What's your knee-jerk reaction to that?
Oh, I don't know. About the same, I guess.
Okay.
But it's just nervous. The genie's just such a big character. It's huge shoes to fill, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
And it's hard to just break away from that original idea of what the genie was before, because I'm sure they're going for something different. Because, I mean, you have to. Only Robin Williams could have encompassed that first character. So
yeah, definitely.
I think you have to break away completely from what he was before, or else it'll just end up being this like comparison game. So it makes me kind of nervous, but also excited that they're doing kind of a new twist. I'm interested. I'm just nervous as well.
Yeah, I'm excited because I think Will Smith is far from Robin Williams. I think Will Smith is just a really charismatic actor who, to me personally, I love everything that he's in. Even in bad stuff, he is good. So.
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad.
He was the best part of Suicide Squad, right? I mean, I guess a complaint I had for Suicide Squad was that I wish more of them were in it, but he is great in that role.
It's true.
He's fun to watch. So I'm excited that I think he'll bring something interesting to it. The thing that I am most nervous about, I mentioned it last time, I think, is I don't know how we're going to visualize him. Is this going to, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be a completely CG character, but I don't know. Is he going to have like a human avatar form or something where he looks like Will Smith? I don't know. Like, I'm all concerned about visual.
Why do you think he's going to be a completely CG person?
Because that's just what they've been doing. I mean, that's what they did with The Beast in the Beauty and the Beast live action adaptation. It just seems like the track that they're going to go down. I don't know. I have nothing to base that in.
But the thing is, the Beast had to be CGI because it's a beast no matter what. I feel like you can't really spin that. I feel like a genie can be either or.
Yeah, he could alternate between. That's what I was saying. Maybe he's got a human avatar and then a CG form, or I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they need a CG form at all. I mean, in general, a genie could be either one. So I think they could just completely make him in a human form. He's just a genie.
Just with, like, you know, the vest and the... He's got to have those cuff things, right? To break free of at the end.
Of course.
Also, if they go that route in the movie, if they set Will Smith free, I think he's such a great actor that he could, like, move people to tears.
Yeah.
And that would be awesome.
See, I'm so interested, though, because Beauty and the Beast, the live-action movie, stayed pretty close to what exactly happens in the animated version. But with this, since the character's going to be so different, I wonder how that will change the movie. If it'll change the plot at all, or if they'll have to go a different route. Because Robin Williams, just like you're saying, Robin Williams being freed, his genie character being freed, was more just like carefree and fun, while this could definitely have a more dramatic tinge to it of like real freedom behind it. Not that you didn't feel that in the animated, just like heavier, I suppose, rather than kind of lighthearted.
Oh, yeah, and that's what I want. Maybe Aladdin could be finally like the first Disney live action adaptation to like really ground the story, like bring to it what the animated version couldn't, you know, like a more grounded sense of realism that makes you feel the dramatic weight of it all a little bit more. Like, because so far I feel like all the adaptations have just been like, you know, not as good as the animated versions. So maybe this one could be the first one to like be close or hopefully better.
Yeah, because I really want them to break away, honestly, just because the other ones have been just a live action form of what was animated before. And in that sense, I just feel like the animated one is usually better because it's what encaptured the magic in the first place. Yeah. And then just to translate that to a live action with not really any differences, it kind of, not to say they're bad, but I don't think they're as good as the animated.
And if it's not Aladdin to break the curse, which is kind of awesome, if it's not Aladdin, then I think it'll be Little Mermaid, because they've got Lin-Manuel Miranda co-writing that music.
Yeah.
If it's not this one, that one, or both. Maybe both will knock it out of the park. That'd be great.
I still just don't have much faith in the live action ones. I don't
blame you. I don't think they've earned that yet.
But we'll see. We'll see. Seems they're making plenty, so...
Okay, to segue, we're still in the realm of Disney. I got a Kevin Feige bit of news for you. Mm-hmm. Kevin Feige being the president of Marvel and the MCU. Mm-hmm. In the past, he has said that the MCU movies won't ever be rated R. Mm-hmm. He has recently said maybe we'll do rated R at some point. Now, instead of like talking about whether or not a rated R MCU movie could work, because I think it could. I think we would both agree that it just would depend on the character and not being rated R for the sake of rated R, but being rated R for a story that deserves that or could earn that. Yeah. I think that's where we would land. Let's instead think, which character could you see in a rated R role? One that is either around already or a Marvel character from the comics that we haven't seen yet.
Daredevil for sure.
I mean, if you took his show and put it out in theaters, it probably would be rated R. It's a lot of blood.
That's what I'm saying. I could see that absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say.
What about like a Black Widow rated R movie?
It's possible for sure.
I think so.
I mean, really, with people that strong, you could technically make a rated R movie with any of them. It would just completely change the tone of everything.
Yeah.
Like if Hulk was just going around smashing people, like literally.
That'd be crazy. I would love a rated R Hulk movie.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be insane. It'd be insane.
Like Hulk Rampage, where he just there's no more Bruce Banner. He loses complete control of Hulk.
Oh my gosh. That'd be crazy.
But I don't know. I'd have to think about who I could see in a rated R. I mean, obviously Daredevil. Mm-hmm. It's just so hard. It's hard to place them in the MCU universe that's already created, because it's just so lighthearted already.
Yeah.
It would be taking a darker tone to the entire universe. And
and maybe it's the perfect like phase 4 shift.
It's true.
I don't know. I could see like Guardians 3 being rated R.
I mean, it could be.
I can see James Gunn making it like a dark finale.
Yeah. I just don't see the point of making a rated R one unless a character calls for it.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I could see him saying maybe we'll do a rated R one is if you have in mind a character that would call for a rating of that. Because I think you could convey everything you'd want to convey in a quote-unquote darker Avengers or Guardians or any of them solo without making it rated R.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same emotions and conflicts could arise without blood and gore and everything that would make it rated R.
Yeah.
Unless you have a character like Logan, who then making a rated R movie added a lot to that character.
Yeah. For him, and I think, I don't know how much. I'm thinking about Deadpool as well. Like, I liked that he was rated R. It was funny, and I think it added some texture and flavor to it because we hadn't really seen a rated R superhero movie. But I'm not sure that he necessarily needed it as much as like Logan did.
Yeah,
because I don't know. It seemed like maybe if you toned down Deadpool to get him to a PG-13. It would have been more or less the same movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that was just to appease more of the Deadpool audience that he is known for over-the-top everything, not just comedy and breaking the fourth wall, but literally violence. So yeah. I think you could have conveyed that still, but I think it was just to appease those who have been long diehard fans of Deadpool.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. I'm curious why he's changed his mind. Yeah. That makes me think he has an idea there rather than just like, never mind, I'm open to it. I feel like that's not the case. I think there's got to be at least some motivation behind it.
Yeah, I think there was some like phase 4 planning, like what are we going to do now? What's the next kind of thing we want to carve out? And maybe, rated R can take part in that. Plus, if they're getting to a point where they're making like 3, maybe even 4 movies a year at some point, I feel like they wouldn't all have to be like these knock out of the park box office movies. If the tentpoles are doing really well and each movie does well on its own, then maybe they could put one out that like is rated R. We don't need the entire world to see it. It'll just be a good one and it'll add to the story.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
All right. So that's good for the news. Let's move on to our main topic.
All right, main topic.
It's halfway through this summer of movies, another summer of movies, and we've seen some, we haven't seen some yet. How should we start this? What's been your standout? What's been your favorite summer movie so far?
Oh, it's a tough one. Oh my goodness. I think I honestly, having seen, I don't know, that's hard. I think I'd say after seeing Wonder Woman twice, I'd probably say Wonder Woman.
Whoa, seeing it twice.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
I didn't either. I don't think if I had just seen it the one time, I would have. But
oh, so it gets better in its rewatch?
I thought so.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's on my list. I still need to see that. I have a long list of stuff I need to see. That's definitely on there.
But if that is first place, it's not by much, because I honestly liked Spiderman, Baby Driver, and Wonder Woman all about the same.
Oh, I forgot that you had seen Baby Driver because I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it like in 2 days. But you liked Wonder Woman better than Baby Driver?
I think so.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating.
You haven't even seen Baby Driver.
I haven't seen either of them. But if you were to tell me that like if like 6 months ago you told me that you liked a DCEU movie over an Edgar Wright movie, I'd be like, you're crazy. Get out of here.
It's not by much, but can you guess why? Can you guess? Could you take a guess?
Because you like Scott Pilgrim better than Baby Driver?
Wait, no. I mean, yeah, that's a true statement, but no, Baby Driver doesn't have that much of a plot. It's pretty. It's pretty much just them going around doing things. Well, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, absolutely awesome, and the way they use music and the kind of action movie it is, fantastic. But nonetheless, it's just there's not much plot to it.
All right.
There's like character motivations there and things that are going on that are all cool, but as far as a narrative, not much there.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I get that.
I just really like the subject matter and the themes in Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
which you can't talk about because you haven't seen it. So
Oh, no,
great.
I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it in like 2 days. I got a whole day of movies planned, and I'm gonna watch all of them. The plan is I want to watch Baby Driver, The Big Sick. I'm gonna try to squeeze in another Spider-Man viewing. Honestly,
Are you kidding me?
Maybe Wonder Woman. Hopefully, if I get around to it, that'd be great. But there's even more movies I want to see that won't fit into that category. I want to see The House with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
And Dunkirk when it comes out this weekend.
Yep. I want to see Dunkirk.
Wait, Dunkirk will already have been out by the time we post this out. So Dunkirk. Oh, I could go see Dunkirk.
You can still go
Does
see
that
it.
make sense? No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
Sorry, I'm all confused in the recording schedule. By
No,
the
no,
time
no.
this
It'll
episode posts, it'll be out. But in 2 days from now, when I go see all my movies, it won't be out.
That's correct.
That's what it is. Whoops.
Oh, gosh. That's embarrassing. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I want to see Dunkirk, too.
Yeah.
Dunkirk as well. Ugh, that's always so hard to say when you're talking about movies. There's no Dunkirk sequel. This is the first one.
I'm trying to think of my standout movie of the summer. And I'm wondering, here's the thing. Are we counting, like, would you count Fast and Furious and Guardians in the summer movie block?
Yeah, sure, why not? They're blockbusters, close enough.
Okay. I don't know why I asked that, because they're not. Neither of them are close to the top.
Yeah.
But it's either like Spider-Man or Get Out. Because I watched Get Out, I watched it recently. I watched it in the summertime and not when it came out. But I really liked it.
Wait, hold on. I just remembered. Does King Arthur count?
Yeah, sure.
Then I'll count King Arthur. King Arthur's my number one.
Are you serious?
I don't think anyone else will agree with me on that, but I do.
Oh my gosh. It's such a soft spot.
For what?
For that stuff. I don't even know what you'd call it.
What do you mean that stuff?
Knights and stuff.
Yeah, knights and stuff, but it's not
swords.
just knights and stuff.
You're going to love Aladdin. It's the same director. It's Guy Ritchie.
Love Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Whatever. I don't love everything Guy Ritchie's done, but I do love King Arthur.
Mm-hmm. Did you like Logan?
I did.
Okay.
Why?
I need to rewatch it because I didn't love it. I liked it a lot. I think it's a great movie. I think it's a fitting ending for Hugh Jackman. And I really do think it's like a great movie. I just didn't love it.
I'm in the same boat as you. I don't think I need to rewatch it.
I didn't love it. I think I need to rewatch it. I think it might be a similar case of like, now that I've seen it and I know what to expect, I maybe can appreciate what it's doing more. But I don't know. It just felt like to me we were watching like different characters. I don't know. Like I wanted to say goodbye to the Wolverine we had seen for 16 years, and this felt like a very different version of the character.
Yeah, although
same with
he didn't feel as different.
Professor X.
It was more Professor X. I thought that felt really different.
Yeah. So it was just kind of, I don't know, like it was this great movie that sort of exists in this vacuum, but I wanted it to be this send off from, you know, all of the 10 movies or whatever. This guy that's been around for 16 years.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And because it didn't really seem to tie in anything that's happened before it to be like a send-off. It was just, it created its own kind of conclusion for itself, that the conflicts it created within its own movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, he deals with some emotions that he's dealt with in past movies, but still not, I don't know. It didn't really tie in everything that's happened in past movies. Also, I haven't seen Apocalypse, so I don't know if that ties in at all, or where any of the characters stood at the end of that one.
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
As it shouldn't. That movie was no good.
Yeah. All right, so you want to see Spider-Man again?
Yes, I really liked Spider-Man. I think that might be my standout of the summer so far, but it's because I haven't seen so many. You know, I'm sure Baby Driver or The Big Sick could take it.
Yeah,
just from what I've seen of those trailers.
You're such a sucker for Marvel. It's disgusting.
But here's the thing. The credits rolled, and I really liked it. I had a blast watching it in my Spider-Man socks and everything. And then I was on the drive home. I was like, you know, there is something I didn't like, and I'm having a hard time articulating it. So I was like, I'll sit on it for a bit, and I'll come back to it. And I think this is what it is. I thought it was great. I thought the humor was great. Action was good. I liked that they took it's an origin story again but without any of the stuff nobody wanted to see again. And they were creative and clever about the way they were going to approach an origin story. I like that he, accidentally, spoilers, shoot. Spoilers, I'll put a thing in the description. If you want to skip Spider-Man spoilers, you can skip this part of the podcast. I'll put it in the description. There's parts where he webs a guy who's not actually stealing a car, but he thinks he is, and he's helping an old lady cross the street, and he's just like learning to become a superhero. I like all that stuff. That's a clever way to do an origin story. But I think that my ultimate issue with the movie is I didn't want an origin story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess we need it to a certain extent because it is his introduction, his proper introduction into the MCU. But this movie just made me really excited to see a sequel. Like I want to rewatch it again because I think hopefully I'll like it more a second time. But a part of me will feel like it's a bit of a chore to watch another origin story. Like, I just wanted to see him be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, frame 1, he's swinging in and he's jumped down on the hood of a car and punching through the roof. I want that.
Yeah.
So it's great, but it's still like the 6th origin story.
No.
I want like a pure Spider-Man adventure.
Yeah. See here, I'm kind of along the same line. So I thought it was a good movie, but the real drawback, if it had been just by itself, like that's the only thing we've seen of Marvel, probably would have been great. Just like I say about almost every Marvel movie that comes out nowadays. But since it's in that universe, one, the formula is pretty much identical to every one of their origin stories they've had. In that it's a character who thinks they're great / trying to prove themselves and then has to be humbled. That's like every Marvel origin story, period. So that was annoying. And there are some things, I understand that they're trying to change up the origin story a little bit so we're done with the repetitiveness. But there are some aspects that I really do miss that aren't there yet. Like, I get that we don't want to see Uncle Ben die for the 3rd time, but I do miss that aspect. That's such a huge aspect to his character. And it feels like just a tiny piece missing from the movie. And then Gwen Stacy, I think, is also a huge part of his character. And they did no justice to it in the last time. So I hate that she's like out completely, it seems.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was saying by like, if this wasn't an origin story and we just got straight to Spider-Man being Spider-Man, then Gwen Stacy and Uncle Ben, like brushing over them would make more sense. Yep. But to write them out of the story, essentially, I guess not so much Uncle Ben, but Gwen Stacy for sure, to completely like write them out and start clean I understand that feeling from you. Like that kind of sucks.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing though is that in the other Spider-Man movies, everyone just like loves Spider-Man. He's like the greatest thing that's ever happened to New York City. Yeah. But in this, so many crazy things have happened, and you have a team of Avengers and all kinds of stuff that he doesn't seem like that consequential or essential at all. And that kind of makes me feel sad about the character. I love him in the Spider-Man suit. I agree. And I love that he messes up. I love seeing him have to run through the sprinklers. That was awesome. And I love those things that they put to the character, but I just hate that he's just like this small fry, and that's kind of part of the movie.
I mean, I understand that too, but I do like that they acknowledged that in a post Avengers world, that's kind of where he would land. Yeah, like I think that's true. But yeah, it is kind of a bummer too. It was nice when like the city of New York loved Spider-Man.
Right,
that stuff was fun.
And now he's just this like small fry vigilante who's like taken down a few crimes.
Yeah,
and that's what makes me hopeful a little bit for where they left it. He wants to go learn to just be the neighborhood Spider-Man. So hopefully by the next one, he will be like this huge hero that everyone's come to love. But I just kind of miss that aspect in this one.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh, who's that weird spider guy? And like he'll never be anything compared to the giant portal in the sky that brought aliens down. I don't know. I just really kind of miss that aspect of Spider-Man. That he is huge. He's just as big as any other Avenger.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's even at the front, like in the front of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's the most popular comic book character. You can Google that phrase and you'll see that like Spider-Man like merchandise-wise, Spider-Man outsells everyone. I think he outsells like Superman and Batman. He's like the number one comic book character. He's insanely popular.
So I liked it for sure. And I definitely think Marvel has their formula down, but it's just the same. Like, there's very clearly the point of the movie where he has to be humbled. Yeah. And that's where we already have spoiler alerts, so I'm just going to say it, where Tony takes his suit and then he's humbled. Like, it's like, in your face, learn humility, kid.
That's true.
I mean, it's a little different of a spin because he's trying to, like, prove himself to be an Avenger rather than Tony or Thor, who just, like, thought they were the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But still, in the end, it's, like, the same thing.
But that might be my favorite part of this one in particular. I love that it's sort of... It's the hero journey, the specific MCU hero journey again, but through the perspective of a young kid. And that's not a voice we've heard in the MCU yet. And I just really, really enjoyed that they could do that so well. Like, it does. Yeah. Like, I remember when we talked about the trailer, we said that we wanted it to be like more John Hughes teen movie with some Spider-Man in it than vice versa. And I feel like that's what we got. I feel like we got like a teen movie with some Spider-Man in it. And I really, really liked that. It's just like a nice perspective.
See, I felt like it was kind of a half and half movie. And that's the one thing that kind of, and I don't know how they could have avoided it. I think it's just a problem. Like, it's in the MCU universe. So you've got to have most of it having like MCU things rather than just being mostly a high school movie with a little bit of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. I felt like it was directly half and half, and it was completely one half him being a high school kid and completely the other half feeling like every other Marvel hero movie, rather than a nice melding of the two. Although I didn't see the twist coming at all.
Me neither.
That was cool.
Liked it.
That was cool. I did like that. I went,
not at all. It's like, whoa. I was legitimately confused. And when in that moment when he opens the door and it's him, I was like, did he kill her?
Yeah, I know. I think most people did. I even heard some people like talking about it when that happened. Like, they were like, when he opened the door, I didn't know what happened. And my brain took it like a full like 10 seconds to catch up.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I had to sit there. I was like, oh my gosh,
that whole sequence was really great. The car drive is so good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man.
So good.
Yeah, definitely gonna try to rewatch that.
Yeah. But one thing is, though, he's still not the best Peter Parker, I don't think.
Oh, whoa. Who's better at being Peter Parker?
I'm not saying anyone's better because I don't think anyone's been a great Peter Parker, but he's not that. He's still not Peter Parker. He's way too cool. He says a few nerdy things to like pull off being nerdy, but he's not. He's so cool.
I think he's the best Peter Parker we've had so far.
You think he's the best everything we've had so far, and that's really not saying much. All I did was rip on Toby on the last one we watched, and then Andrew, while he was a great Spider-Man, we've all admittedly said he's not a great Peter Parker.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess he could be nerdier, but I think he did a good job being Peter. I felt like I was watching Peter.
All right, if you say so. Did you stay through the end credits? I'm guessing you did.
Absolutely.
Did you love him being throughout the movie? Captain America being
absolutely.
Him?
I really, really did. I really, really liked it.
So funny. Especially when the guy was like, I guess this guy's like a war criminal now, but whatever.
So funny.
It was awesome.
I like that a lot. Also, I also really love, it's something that I think only I could love, but it's Chris Evans has appeared as Captain America in every year that since his character has been introduced. I could have said that so much better. But he can't. Awesome. He appeared in 2011, in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Even though he hasn't had a movie every one of those years, he's appeared in everybody else's movies. And I love that. It's awesome.
Oh, did you like Donald Glover being in it?
I really, really did. Did you catch the reference?
Which one? Which part? I think I did.
So, remember a couple years ago, they had the Donald for Spider-Man thing, right? The campaign. Yeah. So, awesome. Because of that, he didn't get the part, unfortunately, but they created Miles Morales in the comics. A half-black, half-Hispanic Spider-Man character. And the character that Donald plays in Spider-Man Homecoming is the uncle of Miles Morales. And he says, I got a nephew that lives around here.
Yeah.
That's Miles Morales! So that kid exists in the MCU.
That's awesome.
It's freaking awesome. He could be like 3 years old. We have no idea, but still.
Right.
Great.
So wait, how do you know he's the uncle? Or, I mean, we know he has a nephew, but how do you know his nephew is Miles?
People on the internet have said that.
Yeah.
And I think it's been confirmed. I haven't dug too deep into it myself, but people I trust have said that. So if I'm wrong, you can go ahead and tweet at us. Let me know.
I hope it's true, though. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see 2 Spider-Men.
I love that he had so much screen time.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much he was going to get, so I love that he had like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
And then was in it for quite a bit.
And very, very funny. I miss him being super funny.
I know.
I mean, Atlanta is a funny show, but it's different.
Yeah. So you excited for Valerian and the Thousand Planets movie?
No, but you can talk about it.
No, there's nothing I want to talk about. I'm interested. I don't think it's going to do well at all, but you know, I like the little guys.
When's it coming out?
I think in like, is it 2 weeks from now? I think it's 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess, hold on, but we're recording.
This strikes
so I think
back.
it'll be, I think it'll be a week after this episode comes out.
All right. Maybe it'll be the first good movie with Rihanna in it. I don't know. That's possible.
Wow.
It could be the one.
You're saying no other movie with Rihanna in it has been good?
I can only think of Battleship.
I know, that's the only one I can think of.
She might be in something else, but I don't know.
I want to see War. I'm interested.
All right.
Just to see what it's all about.
Pass.
I'm not interested because of the trailers, though. It's because the last one was so good, and then this one has even better reviews than that.
Watch it and let me know. We'll see.
I'll let you know. But will my opinion even matter? Because I think the last one's great, and you don't, so...
I mean, I gotta see it at some point. I just don't know if I'm gonna go out to the theater and see it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I feel like there's something else. Like one more.
Aside from the stuff that's already come out and I haven't seen yet, like The House, Big Sick, Baby Driver, Wonder Woman, Dunkirk, there's only one other movie towards the end of the summer that I'm looking forward to. And not even that much. I just think it looks kind of cool. Logan Lucky.
Which one's that?
That's Steven Soderbergh. That's his new movie with Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, and what's his name? Daniel Craig. They they're like, I forget what it is. I think it's like there's like a family curse, and they try to break it by robbing a bank or something like that. And it looks kind of fun.
Oh my goodness.
I'll check that out.
Of course you will.
I mean, Soderbergh is a great director, so yeah, why not?
Why not?
And then but it's like September. I don't know if we still count that as summer.
You want to see it?
I mean, kind of.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to see it.
I'm curious.
I'm curious if it'll do good or not. I don't know if I'll want to see it though.
Yeah.
What about The Dark Tower? Also Stephen King.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Wow. It's one of his most acclaimed novel series.
That I haven't read. I don't know. If people talk about it, maybe. But I don't know. It just seems forgettable.
It did seem like it just got snuck in, which is kind of sad. Because it really is one of his most acclaimed series and has a following. And then I kind of felt like I didn't see really any trailers for it till recently.
Yeah.
But I bet you haven't read it either yet. You want to see that?
Correct.
What about for the rest of the year? I know we're going past summer yet, but I just feel like there's not many summer movies left.
Yeah, not really. I mean, Ragnarok, which I've said multiple times. Super pumped for Ragnarok. Yeah. And then Star Wars. Come on.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Coco, Pixar's movie.
Yeah.
What else is coming out this year? I don't even know.
The Lego Ninjago movie, or however you say that.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. The Lego movies have been awesome.
If I had just seen that as the title or anything, I probably wouldn't be interested. But I laughed so hard at that trailer.
Yeah,
so.
it's a pretty funny trailer. And Lego Batman was great too. So
yep,
they're doing awesome.
I know. I'll probably go see it. But overall, I feel like there's not... Like, there's a bunch of good movies that came out this year, but there's nothing I've thought was, like, phenomenal.
Watch Get Out.
All right, I'll watch Get Out.
Go do that.
Fine.
Really, really liked that.
But it's phenomenal status? Like, fantastic?
I think maybe it got blown out of proportion just a bit. I think if you consider everything that it is, it's, like, definitely worth seeing. Like, the fact that it's Jordan Peele writing and directing a horror movie... Like, that alone, the quality that it brings to just that statement is awesome.
Yeah.
It's really good considering that it's a horror movie written and directed by a comedic actor.
Yeah.
And it's very cool. There is definitely like interesting ideas and themes like throughout it. And it's just really well crafted.
All right.
And
All right.
I don't like horror movies that much, so says something.
All right. I'll give it a shot at your recommendation.
Are you excited for the Justice League?
Nope.
Have you seen trailers for it?
Yep. I've seen too many. I've seen the same one like 10 times. I'm about tired of it.
Yeah. I don't know what to think. That's a weird animal.
I still don't think it'll get good reviews just because Wonder Woman did. I don't think it's going to roll over.
But people will probably continue to say that she's the best part of it, so.
Yeah. It's too hastily crafted. It seems thrown together again.
Yeah.
Just like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Batman and Wonder Woman that are like pronounced characters, but the others are just getting thrown in this one. So you got to bring them all together and then make something great happen. We'll see.
And I guess I do like that they're like not showing any bit of Superman yet, but like we all know Superman's gonna be in it.
Wow.
I mean, come on, who are you trying to fool?
Wow, I'm fooled.
It's absolutely gonna be in the movie.
Well, that's all I got about excited for movies because I'm really not too stoked for what's left for this year other than Ragnarok and Star Wars.
I hope there are
Marvel
some
and Star Wars. Great.
Yeah, man. They're just. If you just like let them win, it's so much easier and more fun. Just like relinquish to Disney, and then it's great. That's what I've done, and I've just been enjoying the ride, man.
Oh my god! I will not become their sheep, except for I kind of am because I still go watch all of their movies. So what does it even matter?
I don't know. All right, is that it for our halftime show?
I think so.
Let's wrap this up. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We really appreciate it. Tune in next week. We're going to be talking about... I think next week is our 1-year anniversary. I think we're going to talk about Scott Pilgrim. That's correct, right?
Scott Pilgrim!
Boom. We've been on the air for a year. That's crazy. Woo! Thank you to all the people that have been listening that long. And some of you, I'm sure, have hopefully listened to every episode. That's crazy. Thanks for doing that.
It's insane. I've listened to our first few episodes. I know that takes a lot of dedication.
We appreciate it. You're great. Tweet at the show. Our handles are in the description. You can use the hashtag AfterThoughtsPodcast. Look out for some polls. I'm going to be putting out some polls in the next couple days for our next slate of movies that we're going to be talking about. So participate in that. Tweet at us. That'd be great. If you want to write a review on iTunes, that would be awesome. And if you want to share the podcast with a friend, that would be really cool as well. Thanks for listening to the bonus episode. We'll see you next week.
See y'all.
Bye.